Prime
Szanowny
Minister.
Panie Prezydencie,
Mr.
drogi Denis,
President,
dear
Dennis,
colleagues, excellencies. For months, if not years, before Russia's full-scale brutal invasion of Ukraine, it's been ever more evident that our history is not linear, but cyclical. As we keep repeating never again, but fail to learn from our mistakes, notice familiar patterns, and take timely action, our history keeps running in circles, repeating itself, especially in its darkest moments. One of such gruesome déjà vus we witnessed 9 months ago, on the 24th of February, when Ukrainian people woke up to Russian missiles falling on their homes and families, and the rest of the world gasped at the images of Ukrainian cities covered in thick black smoke. The images so much resembling the scenes from the World War II. Pages from history book that Ukraine is reliving every day as a dreadful reality. Because the rest of the world failed or refused to recognize revanchism and imperialism when they were unfolding before our eyes in supposedly modern Russia. Because never again turned into a slogan for commemorations of the tragedies past, instead of a call for action in the very present. Another darkest moment in the world's history is the one we commemorate today. The genocide of the Ukrainian people by the Stalinist regime through a series of artificially imposed famines. The Holodomors, in which millions of Ukrainians perished because brutal regime in Moscow used grain as a weapon, stealing almost entire harvest from occupied Ukraine to intentionally starve its people to death. Since spring, we've been warning the world that Russia would resort to its barbaric practices of weaponizing food again, that it would threaten to repeat Holodomors in the most vulnerable countries worldwide, with an aim to raise global stakes of Ukraine's refusal to surrender, to make Ukraine's partners push her towards negotiations on Russia's terms. Russia indeed stole Ukrainian grain, intentionally shelled its storage, and blocked sea gateways for Ukraine's export, though not yet succeeding on its grotesque plan to inflict a new artificial famine, but significantly increasing food insecurity. Therefore, it is meaningful and symbolic that President Zelenskyy gathered us all today, in person and remotely, for an inaugural summit of the Grain from Ukraine initiative. I take this as an opportunity to help carry through the tragic story of Holodomors to all too many people in the world who have never heard of it. To turn our never again from words into concrete actions, because as President Macron rightly said, only actions count. And to help put a loaf of bread on the tables for those who cannot afford it today, while at the same time helping those who plant and harvest this bread in the war-torn Ukraine. But perhaps most importantly, to once and again remind the world of the obvious. The Black Sea grain deal, brokered by Turkey and the UN, is crucial in helping reduce pressure on global food supplies. But the uncertainty and insecurity do and will persist until Ukraine regains full control of its lands and sea. The only sustainable solution for the food insecurity inflicted by Russia, though, therefore, is the final victory of Ukraine. Therefore, we must arm Ukraine further and faster, provide all other support to help it persevere and win, putting an end not only to Russia's current aggression and making sure that it cannot threaten its neighbors and the entire world ever again. The day of Ukraine's victory is nearing, and when it comes, I hope the initiative we launched today continues, because grain from Ukraine is the grain of freedom, and the taste of freedom is the sweetest thing in the world. Разом до перемоги. Thank you.